I'm going to apologize. I think I have everybody basically contained, but thank you for being understanding that this is an active household that does have children and random animals. So things may happen, and yeah, we just kind of go with it. So what I would like you guys to do right now is, at this moment, you can draw on your screen and share with me how you're feeling about distance learning right now. You guys can take a little bit. So, waiting for whoever's typing. So I've got someone who is feeling okay about how this is going. And that's what I'm trying to do, is to give you ideas for resources you can use with the students. So. I love this one. And let's share it out. So just a quick poll so I know where you guys are. Just quickly click in what your roles are. So we've got a variety of roles. So we've got elementary and high school, and someone defines themselves as other and a media specialist. If you would like to join in to the Nearpod, up in the chat, I've entered the information on how to join. So if you're in the Nearpod, you can type in what you would like to gain from this presentation. Ooh, Spanish Teacher High School, I've got some good resources for you. Okay. So keep moving along, because I'm not seeing anything showing up real quick. Oops. So what I like about Nearpod is I know a lot of teachers are currently sending out PowerPoints and Google Slides. this adds an engagement portion to it. In addition to just general engagement, you can also embed assessment and make your PowerPoints or Google Slides into an interactive learning tool. Nearpod is not great at making the presentation. It's really good at adding to it and making it more interesting for the students. You can use it synchronously right now, which is the live lesson mode, or you can use it asynchronously where the students control the pacing. It's called the student pace mode. It is an external tool for Canvas. What I've learned through this is as they're changing Nearpod, because it is very dynamic and they're adapting to changes just instantaneously. Not all of the features will work when you embed it through Canvas, but you can give them the student pace code that you can generate and share it to students that way. So here, I included one of the enhancements, which is this audio.
Nearpod gives you a lot of opportunities to add on to your presentations to give them that extra oomph to get that student engagement up and make it an assessment tool as well.
So one of the problems that I have with this distance learning is I don't like how isolating it feels. And I know it's hard for my own children who are students that it's so separate. They don't have that interaction with their teachers. And with Nearpod, it's really easy to add the voice. And I can show you how to do this when the presentation portion is done. You can add open-ended question, ungraded polls like I've already shown you. You can have quizzes that are multiple choice that it grades for you. The collaborate board, which I've already shown, the draw it, all sorts of different things depending on what you're teaching you can add. I'll talk about Flipgrid in a little while. And then there's also built-in games. I think the games are more geared towards the elementary school interest levels, but they're there. Google Slides has an add-on where you can build your Nearpods directly into your Google Slides. What I am finding right now, however, is that sometimes they don't upload smoothly due to how Google changed their storage and Nearpod is trying to catch up to them. Thankfully, when the district went digital, they got us a district level license. So it is a free tool. We have open libraries. We can access all of theirs and embed those into our teaching. So that is phenomenal tools. Padlet. Padlet is kind of like that collaborate board that I showed you. It's with a free account, you get, depending on when you get your account, you have a certain number of boards you can make. You can have your students create accounts so their names show up. But how I've been using it in distance learning, as you can see, this is a Padlet that I created the first week of distance learning. I can embed my Padlets in, but my students can post directly. So let me find my Padlet that I created with my students. This is what I'm going to share with you in just a second. So here are some Padlets I've done in the past. But with my students, what I was able to do is if they had any questions, they really haven't been having any, but they can post messages, they can interact with each other and share. And so I created one of the other things you can do in a Nearpod is share out web links. But basically it's an interface where students and you can interact and share and comment back and have that information posted so that students can get that interaction with peers and discuss and collaborate. So here is that one from the first week where students shared problems and I could help, or they could just interact with each other. So now if you're on the Nearpod, you will have one show up. If you would like to add to a Nearpod, all you or your students would do is click on this, and you can enter whatever you wish. By going up as a teacher, I can click here on the ellipsis, or I heard somebody call it a skinny hamburger or breadcrumbs, but it's really easy to embed it into Canvas if you're using Canvas. And you just take this HTML code, copy it. You don't have to generate it because I don't do HTML code. And then just paste it into the Canvas page. So it makes it pretty easy, and I can go back and demonstrate that more. If you'd like, you can add to this. A lot of students are used to seeing multiple modes, so videos are so helpful right now. Canvas has, if you're using it, has an embedded platform called Studio. Studio, you can upload video. You can take things from YouTube or take things you've already created in case you use Screencastify or Screencast-O-Matic. You can have assignments where students create a video. For instance, a Spanish teacher might use that to hear their students speaking. So Canvas Studio, it does have a feature where you can embed assessment. So that is an option there. You can also do things with captioning on Canvas Studio. However, before we had Canvas Studio, Edpuzzle is a great platform for doing the same thing. You can take any YouTube video and embed assessment into it. You can have multiple choice questions and open-ended questions. If you go into Google and you look for the Chrome extension, you can easily add that. And whenever you have a YouTube video, if you click the Chrome extension, it puts it into Edpuzzle, so you can format it as you wish. You can also look, and it's pretty easy to add it into Canvas. So this can be used, with a Spanish language video or a video about whatever topic you're discussing. Flipgrid kind of creates an asynchronous video conference. Your students and you yourself can upload videos into this platform. You can post a question and have your students create a video to answer it. It allows students to show off their multiple intelligences. When this was first created, there was a fee for it. But then Microsoft saw how powerful student voice was with whatever format you wanted it in. And so they made Flipgrid free. It is great for foreign language teachers. For instance, I know foreign language teachers who do virtual exchanges where they find a class, in Colombia or in a Spanish speaking or wherever their language is spoken, and they share a grid with them. What that can look like, let's see as it uploads. Exactly 2 years ago, I was doing a teacher fellowship and I was in Senegal, and I wanted a way that my students could interact with the students of the other teachers that I was with and my students that were in Senegal with me. And it's sharing Mr. Fawn's students, which are American students, and there's Mr. Fawn in the bottom corner. Let me go back. Let me just go into Flipgrid itself and play one of their videos. I'm on a small screen right now. So for instance, go to one of, it's really easy. Just take a video, you upload it. Where is a brief one? Okay, this was writing through our town in Senegal. But students can respond to it with video.
Just taking a tour of the island of Saint Louis. And you can see it going by in the center. Well, we are on the horse-drawn carriage. All is well in Carlisle.
So you can see it gives a lot of opportunities and ways students can respond to help. Go back to the Nearpod. Let's see. Going to have to join back in, sorry. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is ways to gamify. Students love playing games. There's ways you can play games remotely. You can use it during a video conference session, or you can assign them as activities. Okay, now I'm back in. I should be back in. There we go. Kahoot is one, kind of the original, so a lot of teachers are comfortable with it. Typically, the questions appear up on a screen, and so the students do all the questions together at the same time. They've added challenges where they can play them at home. They have released the paid versions for free during distance learning. However, it'll probably go back to the paid version. So quizzes is kind of the reverse. The students get the questions on their own screens, and you can also do this for playing at home. GimKit is kind of the new kid. GimKit is a lot of fun. It was created by a high school junior who's now in his first year of college. It takes the model of Kahoot and quizzes and kind of flips it a little bit to add an element of strategy. As you're playing, you work to earn money. That money can be used to improve your score, or it can be used to hinder your opponents. So it does align with the interests of older students. It gets rid of that problem that you have with older students that once they realize they've gotten behind, there's nothing they can do. Students who are behind can use strategy to catch up. He also is the same ages as these students, so the music appeals to them. He's always modifying it, creating new things. He had a Thanos mode that sometimes is out. Right now they have a humans versus zombies mode. So my 7th grade daughter loves it. My students love it. It's a little overwhelming for my 4th grade child. So Does anyone want to play any of these games? Because I have some ready to go. I have the screen sign-on screens going. Does anyone just enter yes if you want to play, or the name of one if you want to play one, or we can come back to them. That's Kahoot. That is how you would enter a quizzes. And that's how you would enter a GimKit. And you can do it directly from here. That's the prepared presentation that I made because I really want to make this more flexible and so that you guys can get questions answered that you want. So just type on in anything you want covered. I'm going to go through and unlock you so we can ask questions and you can ask me, or we can discuss ways that we can enhance your needs. So I'm going to go through and unlock. I'm going to apologize if I accidentally boot somebody because that's what I sometimes do with my students. So now you guys are all unlocked. If you've never used Big Blue Button before, you can click the headphones looking icon at the bottom. It'll look like it's exiting you out of the presentation, but it's going to take you into a rejoin using the sound. So what needs do you guys have? What do you want technology to do for you? How can I help you have your technology needs met? Oops. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah, Pat, I think we discussed, as we build our lessons, you get your questions answered pretty easily. Is there anybody with any questions? How can I help you guys? Or what needs do you have that we can find ways of meeting? So Nearpod integration with Google Slides. So right now for me, the Nearpod integration isn't fully working because Nearpod has changed how it's stored. But if I go into Google Slides, I need to make certain that I am in my Teacher Me account and not my normal human me account. First, you go into the Google Store to get the add-in. I'm going to make one and just call it a demo. And right here, there's a section called add-ons. If you don't already have the Nearpod add-on, you just go to Get Add-ons. And you would search, oh, that'll still show me, but Nearpod, and you click it to install it. Really, really simple. And then here, it becomes an add-on. open the Nearpod. And the normal add-ons that you get when you're building a Nearpod on the platform itself become options right on your slide. Let's call this demo. And then say I want a collaborate board. I just hit collaborate. And so all of those features are now available right into the Google Slides platform. So it makes it really easy as I build a presentation to incorporate the Google Slides. When I'm done, I just hit save and go to Nearpod. You need to remember when you sign into Nearpod to always use your OCPS account. I know some of us had Nearpod before OCPS had accounts. And so they may not automatically mesh. You can go to their customer service and they can match them together. When I hit save and go to Nearpod, it starts creating a new Nearpod lesson for me. So that is the Nearpod, or you can start your lesson here. So now that presentation is ready to be used with students. So, and I can assign it as a live lesson like we're using now, or student-paced to do it on your own. Are there any other questions or needs that you guys have that I can help? Oops. No questions? Are we good? You guys are all unlocked. If you wanted to unlock your voice, you can, or are we good to go? You want to see how to put a Nearpod into Canvas? Are you guys using Canvas? How can I help you? Okay. So do you guys want to close out the session since there's no more questions? I guess that's what I'll do. So I'll end the recording.